right, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The beard is coming back. Day 3 of the beard growing back. We about to be there. What's good, man? We got a good fight, man. I can't wait for the night. Can't wait for the night. My man, Gervonta Davis is fighting. Ooh, have no nervousness about this fight, though. Usually I get a little bubble guts about fights. Not this one. I think Sergey Lipinets is getting his ass whooped. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Dwayne Jones, what's good, man? Crush the legend in the building. What's going on with you, man? Adrian, what's good, sir? Pete in the building. What's going on, brother? Mahari, what's going on, sir? How you feeling? Pete Davenport said, I meant good morning, MB. And always God favor over you and the family. Thank you very much, man. And likewise to you. And may God shine his blessings upon the family. Absolutely 100%. Greets with fire. What's going on, man? Cooking with that crawfish today. B&B Boxing. What's happening? Check Hook Boxing. Yeah, we're going to talk about some stuff. The return of Don King. I think I see Don King moving in the background. Okay? And I like it. Mahari Sports Nation podcast in the building. Say good morning, Martin. Good morning, Fannon. Just shave the thing. It makes you look and feel younger. No, man, I'm okay with I'm okay with my gray beard. I've earned every bit. And plus, it hurts to shave. I don't like the feeling of that, man. That hurts. You shave too much. What's going on? Tay Brown said, good morning, Fanana. Hey, good morning to you. Was watching your Instagram. I like many of the pictures that you sent out. Absolutely love them as usual. Mr. Quintana said, knowledge is about to be dropped. Hey, I'm about to give you what I got. I know that. No need. Tay said, leave the beard alone. Southern T Boxing, don't shave the beard. Nah, the beard, I can't. I'll never go below the skin. Can't do it. Got to keep it above the skin. Can't shave below the skin, man. That shit tears you up. All that razor on your face, man. Even them like mobile, them little shaving razors like that, that'll get you a little bit. Got me up here and got me up here. But it's all right. It was well worth it. Great conversation with the barber that gave me the haircut. Much respect to my man out there in New Orleans. So, let's start with this. Who's Terence Crawford fighting? Where's the big announcement? It went, it came, and it went. Last week came and went. No Manny Pacquiao fight. No Sean Porter fight. Who can you fight? There is little to no chance. Shit we don't know exactly. A lie. No doubt about it. Oh, Terrell Gray said, yeah, I got sensitive skin as well. Yeah, I can't do it. Crazy thing is I can use a razor all up here, but I can't use it down here. I can use a razor like in spots, but I can use it all over my head, man. Marcus the Villain said he's fighting Farmer John from Nebraska in Dubai. Funny how all these top-ranked guys are trying to go to Dubai and got these deals to go fight outside of the United States of America. And Matchroom is getting fights in the United States. What is that? What is that, man? What is that? Why are you running out of the United States, Top Rank? Why are you trying to get, because there ain't nobody to fight out here and ain't nobody want to see them fights. So instead of making the right fights, they want to leave the country. Told you, trying to run up out the country and keep the U.S. TV contracts. Man, get your ass up out of here. If you go to Dubai, ain't watching that shit. Except for I will, because I'll support the niggas in Dubai. Pete Davenport said, taking my daughter to karate class, I'll catch up afterwards. Hey, man, make sure she kicks somebody in the mouth for me. That's what's up. Southern T-Boxing said, easier to fix fights overseas. Obviously. And my man, Mr. Nami, said, thank you so much, Martin, for being an inspiration and in pursuing justice and the truth in heavyweight boxing. Hey, it is my pleasure, man. Duty bound to do it. Because truth anywhere is truth. I'm telling you, learn your monads. Learn your monads. If you learn your monads, stop playing with your gonads. You realize truth is truth, man. Same people lying to you in boxing are running around every day somewhere else in the world, lying to some other motherfuckers and stealing from them too. You know what I mean? It ain't like people just got one job. You know what I mean? You got your 9 to 5, and then you got your hustles on the side. So, you know what I mean? You're dealing with a liar in straight up business. You're dealing with a liar in his hustles on the side. That's how he's going to do it. And most people are always looking, because they're smart, for a hustle on the side. So, you know what I mean? If you're a dick in your regular job, you're going to be a double dick on your side hustle. So, whenever you're in boxing and you pay attention, and because there's every nationality in boxing, there's going to be a bunch of bullshit niggas in boxing who are a bunch of bullshit niggas in their side hustles. Easy money, dog. Easy money. My Harry Sports Nation podcast said also, no Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Somebody is lying. Somebody is broke. And somebody's decisions hinge on what they're doing in the United States. Because, dude, you're not going to be able to run over there to Qatar either. People in Qatar do business in the United States. And people in the United States don't want to fuck with you. So, why don't you think they will not tell somebody in Qatar, dog, come on, man, don't fuck with him. That's why Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight got shut down the first time. Remember? We're going through the same thing we're going through before, just so you know. Just so you know. We already did all this before Tyson Fury came out and said, Daniel Kinahan, thanks, Daniel, and put that dime on Daniel Kinahan. Once he put that dime on Daniel Kinahan, what's going on, Ting Wang Chang? My sir. What's going on, sir? So, you know what I mean. We got big ballers like Ting Wang Chang in this mug. You ain't getting no shit over there neither. What's going on, man? Albert Dante said, peace, Martin, in Christ. Yes, sir. Oh, is this, that can't be, oh, and chat. I was going to shorten that to Christ, but the S is next to the A. Peace, Martin, in Christ. Like that. Ain't Tyson Fury supposed to announce something this week? Exactly, B&B Boxing. He is supposed to announce something this week because this week is now next week relative to what he said last week. Because he was supposed to say it last week. Now he says he's got an announcement that he's going to make Monday after he reviews 3 offers. Now here's the problem, you liar. Shout out to Barack Obama by the damn way. You my nigga. You new to boxing? Oh, that's great, man. Boxing's a great sport. It really is. A lot of crooks in the kitchen, though. Whole lot of crooks in the kitchen. But we talk about the crooks in the kitchen. No worries. It's the sport of boxing. And I read something absolutely excellent yesterday. I think it might even been in the Athletic. Oh, look, dude. Arthur Wood says he's stalling, Martin. Oh, he is. Without a doubt. He's still stuck in arbitration. Honestly, I didn't even know based on what he said whether or not he was talking about Anthony Joshua. I listened to the excerpts. And I was like, hold on, man. He says that they're looking for a place to have the fight. And I can't wait to knock you out, you big dosser. So I thought, I rewinded it. Rip, rip, rip. What did you say? He says, I got 3 offers from a bunch of different places. We're going to be looking over it on Sunday, and we'll be telling you guys something next week. And I'm going to knock out that big dosser. Did he say the name of the dosser he was going to knock out? No, he did not. Omission. Omission of information, sir. Who are you talking about when you say that you're going to be fighting the big dosser? Deontay Wilder could be the big dosser, can he? I'll take it like you're meaning Anthony Joshua, like everybody's assuming you're meaning. But I just want to say for the record, he didn't say who he was fighting. Didn't say it. And the date passed. And Fury said, John Fury said, you got 2 more days. 2 more days is today. That's it. Mark Ambrose in the building. What's going on, man? Vita said, I'm waiting for Charlo versus Castano for Undisputed and Arrow versus Ugas unification this year. It's going to be great for boxing. Yes. Those are the ace in the holes that the PBC has. PBC got boxers, man. They're not as in bad a shape as Top Rank because they got boxers for days over there. So, that's why I don't really add them in. I think that they're about to fail. I think Top Rank's about to fail, dude. That shit looks bad over there, dog. I'm telling you. Outside looking in, you niggas look real vulnerable. You don't have 2 networks like the PBC has. They've got redundancy in their system. They can go on 2 different, and they can also send their fighters to DAZN or ESPN if there's a fight available. So, seems like they have flexibility in their to their benefit. And Charlo Castano is a fight that I'm telling you, I just can't wait till that's made. Arrow versus Ugas, whoo-wee, can't wait. I think he's gonna bowl over you Ugas though. I think it'll be a great fight, but I think he'll bowl him over, man. Only reason, Mr. Nami, only reason why Floppy Gloves Fury is stalling the trilogy is to delay his conviction for cheating. Well, I don't think he can delay that, dog. I don't think because he's already convicted. You're already convicted, homie. Got you. Don't nobody care shit about the WBC. They don't punish nobody. The media works for Bob Arum. Who cares? Every other boxing fan knows that dude cheated because we won that argument. Oh, yeah, it does. It looks like snow on the stream. Yeah, there you go. It's my aura. My aura fucks up the electricity. And you see, yep, see? Closer I move to it, more of that shit you see. It's just what it is, nigga. I be fucking it up. Hey, Fannon, I don't know if you know or not, but it looks like there's snow on your stream. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, exactly, dog. It's like, I'm telling you, there's snow everywhere I go. Yesterday, all jokes, I'm joking. Joke coming, you fucking morons. Joke coming. You got to tell somebody you're joking. Joke coming. Somebody yesterday, when I said I was a hierophant, said, I was a genius, said you can't be a genius unless you can what? Make snow, make it snow, make it rain, change the weather. Dog, have you been to Texas lately? There was a fucking blizzard in Central Texas. Blizzard. People were freaking out. Maybe 3 months before that, 6 months, 3 months before that, it was snow. And they were like, whoa, this never happens. This never happens. And then, who knows? Dude, 3 months later, bow, a blizzard that took out the electricity in like damn near all of Texas. All of Texas covered by snow. Nigga, I did that. Joke is over now. The joke is over now. Okay? Gotta segment you niggas. Because if I use creativity, Fannon and friends, fake news. You've been blocked already. Thanks for the compliment, dog. The fake news is what? What's the fake note? What's the fake news? Jabba B said, turn off your telepathy. It doesn't stop, nigga. It's just there. Nigga. Watch. It tell you, does it every time. Really, I think it's the electric interference from these, but that doesn't explain why when it happens when I do that. Or this. You know? crazy. But it is what it is, nigga. I got faulty equipment. Hey, Mr. Nami said, Fannon, you must be genius to have so many fake troll accounts against you. Oh, absolutely. And here's my genius. Tell the truth. Relentlessly tell the truth and watch these bums bounce up against that shit all the time. It's my vape. No, it is not my vape. That is not my vape doing that shit, nigga. That is me doing that. I don't know. It's the colors or something on me. Probably. But it's electronic interference. I'm telling you, man, my electronics always fuck up. They pop up. They switch around. It's all kind of crazy shit. But anyway, I'm telling you, it's because I'm hyperactive is what I think it is. They used to call you being hyperactive, like, and then try to put you on Ritalin to calm yourself down. You know what I mean? So they try to depress your brain waves. They do. They try to depress them, make them operate more slowly. And that's electricity. It definitely is electricity. But I don't know. Angry Brit said, until journalists start looking into HARP Project, the truth on weather will never be revealed. Wow. Midwest Boxing said, I'm a supporter. I like your approach to life in boxing compared to some brothers' channel only promoting pimping our people. Growth for the people. Absolutely, dog. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Angry Brit said, I was a Fannon hater at first till I realized he was actually right and I was getting fed lies in the UK. In the UK. Yeah, bro, you're getting fed lies by the media. And the media is in the United States, and the media is in the UK. Oh, rest in peace to Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. The most powerful man, I think he was the most powerful man in the world. He's probably the most powerful man in the world. Prince Philip. And he passed away. R.I.P., man. It's going to be interesting to see how they rearrange that over there in the UK. First, condolences to his family. Second, I'll be interested to know how they rearrange that over there in the UK. Since the dukes are the highest equivalent to the king, and he was a duke, and he was married to the queen, and there was no king, so the highest men in that country were all dukes. So he was the biggest duke because he's the Duke of Edinburgh, married to the queen. But he passed, dog. They said a troll bugging your account causing the snow look. I wouldn't doubt that. That's highly possible too. Very possible. Prince Philip was actually a Greek. I didn't know that. That's family. Hey, what's up? I didn't know that. I didn't know that makes Prince Philip especially powerful. Wow. Did not know he was Greek. So that was the most powerful Greek man in the world just died. That's huge. That's huge for the banks. That's huge for austerity in Greece. You know what I mean? That man said, I hate royals. Everybody hates royals. Who wouldn't hate a royal? They tend to be pricks. Absolutely. But there are some royals that I'm sure you'd like. You know what I mean? Has to be. Somewhere in that duke, you know, what are they? Dukes, knights, lords, all that stuff. There's going to be some nice guys in there. I'm sure. They'll find somebody that'll handle their business for them real well, man. I'm sure. His brother was a king in Greece. There you go. There you go. Thanks for the edification. I did not know he was Greek and his brother was the king of Greece. I just joined the Greek Orthodox Church. I'm a church member. Wow, dope. Who would have known? Viva tu vida Said Martin and BFTB are the two more hating in all of YouTube only because they are original. They have talent, always talk the facts, and stay the truth when it happens in boxing with zero bias. That's it. Well, I'll tell you for myself on BFTB, I consider it an absolute compliment to be compared to BFTB. Boom. And I'm sorry. Pause. Rest in peace for the great DMX. And Prince Philip. See you when you get back. See y'all when you get back. I don't believe in death no more. See you when you get back. Few Eggs Short said, good morning, people. Appreciate the content, brother. Thank you so much, man. And I support the super chat. I really appreciate you saying that and the super chat. But shout out to DMX, man. He was a great, no doubt, man. Whole lot of a kid that I have a lot of love for, little Tim, who ain't little no more. Got like 7 kids. Running the street like a wild man. But that's my dude. Tim was from the Chi, South Side. Not from 63rd. I'd be over there at 63rd. I always say it's from 63rd, but you know how Keith Chief say it. I'm not from 63rd. But anyway, man, that's a guy that I always think about when I think about DMX. Because when I first took him in, he will always listen to DMX, man. Hey, and DMX could go, man. No doubt about it, man. DMX can go. Ting Wang Chang said, DMX was my jam. Absolutely, dude. DMX is the man, dude. No doubt about it. I'm interested in that Prince Philip shit, though. Because you just woke me up. Wow, I forgot he had a major beef. And they broke out. Hey, man. That's a family riff. That's a family riff. Natural causes are easy to claim when you're 99 years old. See, there you go. It's this metal. I don't know what that is, man. I don't know. What impression did I do? I don't think I did an impression. I think I was just talking like I do. Seriously, though, that's a family beef, man, and that man passed away. Nami said the Duke was of Greek origin, but he was brought up in a German aristocracy. So sorry for DMX, RIP. He was, okay, yeah, there you go. But Germany is the big money in that region, I'm pretty sure, aren't they? I was told that Germany is the financial center of like the western portion of Eastern Europe, the eastern portion of Western Europe. Oh yeah, that was terrible, nigga. Ooh, I'm getting educated, dog. That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, I could do it better if I heard it. I don't really listen to DMX. I might pop some DMX today. Dwayne Jones said Prince Philip had to renounce his title in Greece to marry the queen. There you go. There's your emperor. There you go. That's the emperor. Was saying, dude, if you got one, you got to have one. That was him. I didn't know that. Very likely, because he renounced the king. Why wasn't he king? Let me ask this question first. Why didn't he become king if he married? And if a queen marries a king, why would he have to renounce his throne to marry a queen? A reigning queen. Yeah. That nigga, that sounds like that sounds like him. And he's the head of the British Empire. And there still is a British Empire. So yeah, there you go. That's your emperor. He may not have taken the title, but that's the emperor. Right there. And he passed away. Yeah, that's what it would be, wouldn't it? If you're a king, isn't the emperor is the king of kings? That's what an emperor is. It's a king of the kings. So if he was a king and he married the head of the British Empire and he was a king, he would be the highest reigning king because he's the king or married to the queen of the biggest empire. Yeah, man. Cradle to the grave and exit wounds. Woo-wee. Ting Wang Chang ain't playing. TC React says, salute Fannon. I haven't been on YouTube much lately, but I wanted to ask you, were you still cool with the LDBC? Yes. Haven't seen you and Drew together in a while. Yeah, because Drew does his own channel. I brought Drew on my channel to get Drew publicity. And Drew got his publicity, so now he's doing his own live streams. And his live streams, from what I can see, are doing well. So that was the purpose of it. And now you can listen to what Drew wants to say all through Drew's live streams. And you can listen to what I want to say all through my live streams. Right? But I'm not going to talk about Hermetic philosophy with Drew. So I have to do my own live streams to weave that in. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people that come to me for the philosophical thought, more than people would think, come primarily for that. And they will listen to the boxing, and that's when you'll hear people say, oh, I really wasn't into that much into boxing. But Fannon got me into boxing. That's because they'll listen, and then they'll start saying, oh, he'll talk about politics, he'll talk about sociology, he'll talk about psychology, he'll talk about all these other things. And then he'll answer B-Boy Pop 97's question about boxing. Fannon, do you think Jerron dog walks Ortiz Jr.? No. I don't think he'll dog walk him. I think he'll beat him up. I think he'll wind up hurting him, though. And eventually walking him down and stopping him. So, yeah. But I don't think he's going to walk, straight through him. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. Like he did with... I hope he doesn't do that against, Sergey Lipinets. I really hope he softens him up nice. Soften him up real nice. And after he's nice and softened up, then get him out of there. Because there's too much stuff. Fahim Sator said, Martin, you are a classy dude. Salute. Hey, man, you're a classy dude too, man. And I appreciate it, man. Because we don't always agree. You don't like my boy Blood Boxing. I'm a huge Blood Boxing fan, dog. Kind of like Blood Boxing. People ask him, I'm cool as shit with Blue Blood Boxing. I don't talk to Blue Blood very much, but I'm cool as fuck with Blood Boxing. Exchange emails, all that shit. He's just aloof and busy type of guy, but that's still my guy. Nobody ever asked me if I'm cool with Blue Blood Boxing though. I always find that funny. He's not on the show anymore. He hasn't been on the show in, I think, a year. You know what I mean? And that's my guy. I don't always have to agree with Blood Boxing. But shit, that nigga knows his boxing. Straight up and down. Knows his boxing straight up and down. And he's getting more involved in the individual, the day-to-day boxing events and doing a lot more content. So, me being with blood boxing, the original blood, Blue Blood is not the original blood. Blood boxing is the original blood. Blue Blood. I keep mixing the names because they have the same name. So, Blood is fucking nice as shit, dog. Really is. Fahim said, man, fuck blood. That's why I rock with you, Fahim. That's why I rock with you. That's why I rock with you, Fahim. Because you know damn well blood gonna say fuck Fahim too. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, hey, blood, stop saying fuck Fahim. Hey, Fahim, stop saying fuck blood. Both of y'all are cool. Y'all just don't get along. But y'all both know you're boxing. And that's why you don't get along. See, you guys really like each other. But you guys just don't want to admit that shit because blood can be a dick, and so can you, Fahim. Say, rub me the wrong way too. Yeah, of course. But you got to understand, dog, and this is not this about blood boxing, okay? Because that's my guy. I'm telling you, that's my guy. But the thing is, I've got a bunch of asshole friends, dog. A bunch of friends of mine that are just assholes. You know what I mean? Straight through assholes. One guy don't like the other guy. But I sit there and think, dude, you're both assholes. You realize that. You're an arrogant prick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're an arrogant prick. Because Fahim, you're a very bright guy, man. A very, very bright guy. A talented guy, which is going to make you be a prick every once in a while, dog. And so is blood. So you guys don't see eye to eye. And you guys are going to hate each other, dog. It's just what it is. And blood will be, he said he cool, though. Yeah, that's just what it is. You ain't got a dog. There's too many people in the world to think that you're going to get along with everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I got friends, dude, that I ain't going to hang out with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, no joke, man. My boy called me. And a couple, like 4, 5 of my boys called me. Right? Bro, what time you come on? I come on at 8 o'clock, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. This is Central Time on Saturday and Sunday. But I come on every day. So anyway, my boy, one of my boys, this is my dude. You know what I mean? Like, I like them all equally. Love them all equally. But one of them I'm going to go hang out with. And the other ones I'm going to just support. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to, if they got a kid or something that needs something, right? I'll be like, yeah, my kid will hook up with your kid. You know, we can grow together type stuff. You know what I mean? Those are like, I got a lot of friends like that. But then you got friends you're like, nigga, roll up the blunt, nigga, where the bitch is at. That type of friend. You know what I'm saying? That's different. That's just different, dog. And I just don't think everybody, you know, you need to put your friends in those categories. Who is your nigga get the blunt and the bitches niggas? Them, you tend to like to kick it with, right? But you may not work with them because that is a different bond. You know what I'm saying? That's a different bond. You are kicking it with this nigga and it don't matter what y'all do for a living. This dude could be a millionaire. That dude could be a janitor. It don't matter. It's time to roll the bitches and get the blunts. This nigga over here just has to buy it. That's your job, nigga. Get them. We don't want to hear that shit, nigga. You got all the money. Chop, chop. You know what I'm saying? That type of brotherhood, man. But then you got other brotherhoods where you're like, look, man, we got to make money. That's a boxing brotherhood, right? That's the difference between a boxing brotherhood and a brotherhood like where you kicking it brotherhood, you know? And then there's business brotherhoods, there's fraternal brotherhoods, there's all that type of shit. You know, my wife, I got a brotherhood with my wife. You know what I mean? In that sense, marriage is a brotherhood, right? Brothers in a sense that, you know, not paying attention to male or female. But still, it's that bond. It's a brotherhood, right? It's a bond. It's a brotherhood. So, but still, she's not smoking blunts and going to get bitches with me. As much as I might ask, she's not going to do it. Nigga, that's not the relationship. I'm kidding. I wouldn't want to do that. I ain't sharing my wife with no fucking body, nigga. Come near my wife, I'm slapping your teeth out your mouth. That's just how I am. You should start your own boxing brotherhood. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good with all of that. Boxing is a brotherhood. Black people, we are a brotherhood. I've already got my brotherhood. It's called Black People. I know who my brotherhood is, primarily. Then I've got other brotherhoods. I got the Noops. Those are my, hey, man, get the bitches and roll up the blunts, brothers. I ain't kicking it with them niggas to be talking business. You know what I'm saying? I'm hanging out with them to go kick it. And they all got money, so we can all kick it, and it makes kicking it way, way, way easier when everybody got money. So you should want your brothers to be paid, which is why you go to business with your brothers. Even doing businesses with black businesses, dude. If you do business with your friends, dude, doing business is going to be more fun than doing business with people you don't know. And people run into that all the time. Have an opportunity to do business with your brother, but you run off and go do business with somebody else, and you get in a situation where you're not happy. Why? Because you don't like that nigga, and you didn't do business with the guy you liked. Do business with the guy you like. You guys will have more energy, and guess what? More than likely, the business venture is going to turn out better than it would have been if you would have ran off to go do business with them. They don't like you. They're only there for the money. Your brothers in the neighborhood, they're there for you because of you and the money. But it's you and the money. See what I mean? But anyway, Fury and Joshua is not happening. Kingo Falania, 1864. That shit's not happening. That's just not happening. My man said, your network is your net worth. Salute. Oh, in that case, woo, I'm rich as shit. My net worth is huge. Woo, huge. That network is huge. If you think it that way. You thinking about it that way, James? Much love in that super chat, man. Seriously. Ting Wang Chang said, most other channels don't even talk boxing. Yeah, they're pretty much bull, you know. What it is, dog. Niggas is all, now I'm not talking about anybody particularly, but if you get offended, more than likely it applies to you. Okay? But I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying, if I say it and it apply and you get mad about it, nigga, that's because you think it applies to you. Period. Ain't nobody calling me dumb and me thinking it applies to me. Don't apply to me. So if this don't apply to you, nigga, do not get offended. But what I see, or I saw when I was watching, I stopped watching. But what I would see is, you know, with a few exceptions, big exceptions, people were just hanging out. Just hanging out and talking boxing. And that's good. But people want more than that. People don't want to hang out with you. People want to be educated. They want some value from this. They do. They want value from it. You should be able to give somebody something. Oh, Mr. Nami. Respect. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, whenever I jump in the middle and I don't know, but yeah, if you're not giving somebody something, like I'm telling you, you listen to me, you're going to make some money. No doubt. You listen to me. And I ain't no financial advising channel. I don't do that shit. But just in a boxing conversation, I will make you money and or save you money in what you do. No problems. No problems. Give me your business problem. I'll solve it for you. No problems. Give it to me. I work for an IT. I'm a consultant. We solve complex problems. So give me your problem. I can solve it. That right there is a fucking valuable thing if you're willing to give it away for free. And I am. Absolutely. Tell me about your contract, dog. I can tell you without reading that shit how to get out of it. It works on every contract you got. It's called breach, nigga. It's called breach. Make them breach. Make them breach. Find a way to make them breach. They'll breach. When they breach, you're out. Easy. John Page, what's up, man? Coming to DC. Can't wait to get there, man. Coming to see you. Do not fake out. Don't run. Don't mysteriously have everybody on your side of town not there, nigga. I'm coming to DC, nigga. I love DC. Love DC. Who do you want Boots face next if he wins this one? Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is bumping a lot of lips. Fight Ennis. He's a champion. Mr. G. Thank you for their commercial. I like both of those guys. However, the best, no. BFTB is the best. No doubt. The best person on YouTube at Talking Boxing is Best Fight the Best. Nobody's close, including myself. No doubt. Number one guy on YouTube talking boxing, current boxing, is BFTB, and there's nobody close. Without a doubt, the best. The most thorough, the most professional, the most consistent, the most logical. No doubt. I'll beat him in a debate. Easy. But not because he doesn't know more than me, but because I'm skilled at dialectics. I cheat. It's an unfair fight. So I acknowledge that I know it's my skill that would win a debate, not my knowledge. So right there, I just say the knowledge is on his side, because it is. He's the best, without a doubt. That's why I support him 1,000,000 miles an hour. And he ain't never got to fuck with me in his life, ever. He's a soldier. He's a soldier. Soldier. He's a killer. Literally. And he ain't gonna lie about it. He's a warrior. Been in combat. Highly decorated. Combat veteran. I acknowledge that man. He's better than me. No doubt. I'm complimented when you say BFTB. Because I do my videos, I read an article, tell you what I think. He dissects that shit to the grave. That's why I always tell people, you want to debate me, go debate BFTB. Because then I know you got your facts in order. And when you come here with your facts, I'm going to destroy you. With all your facts. It's the only reason I send people. It's only, no. Fahim, I'm saying talking boxing. I'm not talking about their program. 78 has an amazing program. He's an amazing content creator. Ness, great interviews. Great at networking, great channel, very informative channel. When it comes to talking the sport of boxing, and you're going to sit there and talk to that man with no camera on, I'll take BFTB. His facts are going to be on. He has it all documented. Videotape, documents, everything. He's at war with boxing. Clearly. Clearly at war with boxing. Don't like how it's run and has a purpose to his channel. Exactly. I'll get to this. TC reacts. 1 second. Marcus the Villain said, it's that lawyer in you why we can't beat you in a debate. And nah, straight boxing, I agree. BFTB is the best. Absolutely, he is. Hands down the best. Scrapbook boxing, overall boxing, scrapbook boxing is the best. Hands down. If I can admit it about scrapbook boxing, I'll admit it about BFTB. That's why his channel's so important to me. It's good. If I want to know something, I go look at his video. I don't care when it is. Why would I go through all that research when I know he has it all? He has it all. It all. Why would I go to anybody else? I wouldn't. He's the best. He's the best. And anybody says otherwise, prove it. Get on this channel and debate him. You're going to lose. Even if he doesn't cut you out. Even if he doesn't cuss you out. If I moderated it, he'd beat you worse. No joke. If I moderated a debate and BFT participated in it and anybody else participated in it, I'm going to tell you already, you're going to lose worse than if he was on your channel cussing you out. Because I'm going to ask him questions and I'm going to ask you questions and he's going to have the answer and you're not. And you're going to lose. Easy. Because in a debate, I ask the questions. I give you the questions. I give him the questions. You guys both know the questions and have time to prepare a response. And you got a day. He will destroy you. No doubt about it. Because he doesn't have to do the research. All he has to do is tell me what time to show up. And if he wants to type it out, all you got to do is type it out. There you go. He'll be done in 5 minutes. He'll be done in 5 minutes. You will take months, if not years, to catch him. And you got a day. No way. No way. And I will give my platform to anybody to do it. Anybody. On my platform. Any day, any time. You want to debate BFTB, I'm right here. I'll moderate. I'll send you and him the questions to the same email. You send the responses to the group email so we know what your stance is. So I don't waste any time asking you questions on shit you agree on. I'll say, oh, they agree on that. They agree on that. Okay, they disagree on these points. These will be the questions on these subjects, the ones you disagree on. And then you will lose terribly. And I can be completely fair and impartial. I'm going to tell you you're going to lose. You don't got no facts. And he does. His body of work speaks for it. And if I wanted to give him just a subject, well, he doesn't know anything about he doesn't know anything about the featherweights or the light flyweights. Okay, good. Say something about the light flyweights and give him a day. He will know that shit in a day. No doubt. Because he knows boxing. And all he's going to do is fit the same people into the same equation that he has in his mind for everybody else. And then he's going to dissect you on a subject matter that you picked. He will destroy you. Easy. Any of you. Any of you. And that's no disrespect to any of you. Because if I didn't know how to argue, he would get me. No doubt I'd sit there and listen. It'd be a draw. Because I would say on my questions, whatever BFTB said. What do you think about this? Whatever BFTB said. What do you think? Whatever BFTB said. What do you think? Whatever BFTB said. Why? Because I don't have the facts. And I trust him. And I don't trust y'all. So I'll listen to his facts. And then I'll say, I don't agree with the strategy. Or I agree with the strategy. Because that's the only difference that he and I ever have. Is the strategy. And what should be done about it. Not the facts. I quiver with the facts. I'm like, I really don't want BFTB to keep killing this nigga like this. But damn it if he ain't right. Every fucking step of the way. Which is why I had to back off. And be like, I can't give him this nigga no pity. Sorry, no mercy for Bud. Because this nigga BFTB's killing him. And if I act like he's not killing him, that is being full of shit. So I'm off of that. BFTB proved it. He proved that you are fucking trying to scheme out of that fight. And he came with tapes. And when he came with tapes, that's it. That's why he does it like that. And he doesn't do it like I do it. I do it like I'm just going to blow you away. Quickly. Goodbye. Shawshank Rip said, I know you're being humble, Fannon, but you're the best to me. I'm telling you, they can't defeat me in a debate. I'm not lying to you guys. Seriously. I'm not lying to you guys. I would never debate Andre Ward about the technicalities of boxing. I would never do it because he's better than that. How can I debate with him about that? What I might debate with him about is the outcome of the fight. Because I'll say, I'm as good as picking fights as you are. Let's go. You pick the fighters, I pick the fighters. I bet you I can pick as many right winners as you do. And I bet I might beat you in picking these fights. I almost guarantee you I'll beat you picking these fights. Almost guarantee you. Because I know which ones are going to be fixed. I take that shit into consideration. Who's the promoter? Who is the promoter? Oh, the promoter is Tom Brown. Oh, okay. We can go off the scorecards then. I think this guy has a chance of winning. Who is the promoter? Bob Arum. This guy's going to lose. Where's the fight? His hometown, Bob Arum, he's going to lose. Because I'll bet the matchmakers. I'm not going to bet the fight. I'll bet the matchmakers. So since I'm betting the matchmakers, I'll beat Andre Ward if he does not bet the matchmakers. That's why boxers aren't great gamblers. Because you can't predict which fight is going to be fixed and how. I'll predict how the fight's going to be fixed. Or I won't bet. If I don't know, if I think it's going to be fixed, or a high probability that it's going to be fixed, or it already is fixed, like blatant fixing, like rehydration clauses and catch weights. Oh, okay. I know which way that's is going to go. Guys dropping down in weight class. 2 weight classes. Oh, that should be easy for him. He's the bigger guy. He's just dropping down weight. No, he's older. He's going to be drained like can be at round 8 because he had to drop that weight with a sweat bag. See, those aren't things that happen inside the ring. Those are the things that happen outside the ring. When things happen outside the ring, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll go with you on that. But how should this fighter go about beating this other fighter in a fair fight? That would be Andre Ward's character, his category. Because he knows how to win fights that are fair and unfair in the ring. Because Sergey Kovalev, more than likely, was juicing. More than likely, he's juicing. And I wouldn't put it past him to fuck with his gloves. I wouldn't. So there's a chance, at least, that Andre Ward dealt with that, which is why he might not be sensitive to Deontay Wilder. And why a lot of boxers might not be sensitive to it. Like, nigga, that happens to me every other fight. I get hit with shit with gloves with no padding all the time. That's why my eye is cocked to the side. Look at a boxer with his eye cocked to the side and wonder, did that shit happen with regular gloves? Or maybe he got in there with somebody that didn't have no shit in it, or didn't have no padding and had some shit in it. Because you didn't get all his televised fights. Samuel Arnold said in his professional debut in Mexico that he knocked that guy out. But they let him get up and gave him time to rest. But he was like, dude, I didn't hit that dude low. I hit him way above the belt. And he dropped. And he wouldn't have got up. But you guys let him do it. Why? Niggas is gambling on the fight. Bet it goes the distance. Bet the over. Yeah, it's not past the over. Get him up. That shit. I would never gamble on no fight like that. Never. Never. Because I want to win. I don't want to hedge. I want to win. Seriously. I don't want to hedge. It's the only place that I disagree with Dwyer. Dwyer Boxing. Love Dwyer Boxing. Been a supporter. It's way longer than I've had a channel. People get on that dude, but they don't understand. He's a gambler. So everything that he's doing is saying how to gamble, not who he thinks is going to win the fight. Even though he'll tell you who he thinks he will win, he always gives you a hedge. Oh, I think, bet it, knock out this guy, but hedge this. Because he gives you options. I'm not taking the option. I'm going, I want to win or lose. Make me or break me. Make me or break me, nigga. Throw the dice. Make me or break me, nigga. I ain't hedging that I'm going to lose. I got the money. I'm betting on a win. Period. I'm betting on a win, period. I don't care about your overs and unders. I'd get rid of all that shit. No, nigga, bet the outcome. He wins, he wins, he loses, he loses. All this betting on overs allows you niggas to cheat and still win, even though your dude gets his ass whooped. No. You're going to gamble on the outcome, nigga. And that's it. No overs for you. Sorry. You are a trainer. You can't bet an over. You can't bet an under. You can't. So you can't make no money on the side if this guy wins that he doesn't get paid for, because you're in on it. Because you're in on it. Back up, let him rest. Box from the outside. Listen to me. Box to the outside. Nigga, why? When I can get him out of here. It's too soon, huh? Let it go 6. Why do you think Ali was calling the rounds, nigga? 6. I'm knocking him out in 6. Bet that, nigga. Bet that. I'm 6. 6 rounds. 6 rounds. No over, no under. 6 rounds. I can knock him out in 3 for sure. That's why I know 6. Because I could get him in 3. I could get him in 1. But I'm not going to get him in 1. I'm going to get him in 6. I'm going to soften him up. And then in 6, I'm going to get him out of there. And I'm going to beat him up so bad, I'm going to wave you to me. I'm going to kill this nigga if you don't stop this fight. Bow! Bow! Wave it off. Towel. 6. How'd your gambling work? Didn't work? Let him out of that contract. Your next one's not going to work either. Your next one's not going to work either. Because we're going to pick the round. And that guy's going to fall in that round. Believe me. Whether Ali drops him or I drop him, don't matter. He's going in 6. Bet it. Let me see a bet over. Let me see an over bet coming from one of you motherfuckers. Let me bet an over. Let me see an over. And I'm knocking on your door. Convenient way to catch niggas fixing fights. Very convenient way. Tell them what round you're going to do it and do it. Any nigga dumb enough in those camps to bet an over. And they got to bet with us, so we know what you're betting. You're betting the over. You bet the over and you're a trainer, you're fired. No doubt. You're fired. On the spot. Because you have a monetary interest in this fight lasting longer than it has to. So that could explain somebody knocking somebody down and you picking them up. And saying, keep going. Yelling in a nigga's ear. Get up! Did you bet it made 12? And do everything you can to make sure it does? Because your friends bet 12. When the FBI invades their homes and gets their receipts, all your friends, and find out that they bet 12 rounds, that it goes the distance. They don't care about the outcome, just goes the distance. And everybody that picks an outcome loses. You niggas is playing with that gambling, homie. And that's why I made so much money last year off gambling. Because I'm like, this nigga's about to cheat. Bet. This nigga's about to cheat. Bet. But that has nothing to do with me having a better knowledge of the sport of boxing than Andre Ward does. It just has something to do with me having a better knowledge of thieves than Andre Ward may have. And I suspect that I do, because I hang out with a lot of thieves. They steal, they gamble. And you know how my nigga that always steals from me gambling does? He changes the rules. It's his fantasy league. That's my nigga, though. I just stopped doing it. Like, look, nigga, I'm going to lose this fantasy league because you're saying the rules. Once you say the rules, you already set the rules. You set the draft order. And you know niggas ain't reading the fucking rules carefully enough and doing their analytics on it. Took me hours to do the analytics on your scores and pick Dirk Nowitzki. Because Dirk Nowitzki's stats lines are in line with being rewarded. He has a high three-point percentage. He has a high scoring average. Very low in assists, but assists are devalued. When you devalue assists, you devalue guys like, I don't know, what's that guy's name, Paul? Or you devalue somebody like Rajon Rondo, right? Rajon Rondo's not shooting threes, but he's going to get you 15 assists. If I put 15 assists at 3 points, an assist, and I put field goal percentage at 1, then, or field goal attempts, then guess what? Rajon now is more valuable than Dirk Nowitzki. It all depends on your rules. Right? So is with the gambling. If you give somebody an opportunity to win on any and everything in the game, then there's an opportunity to cheat every minute of the game. There is. You can fix a fight without fixing the outcome. You can fix the length of a fight. These guys are crooks. Think like a crook. You'll lose a lot less money on gambling, like not betting on crooks. I didn't put no money on Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Didn't put no money on it. Because I was like, these niggas can cheat. Not going to do it. And I kept my money in my pocket. And even though I don't like the outcome of the fight, it didn't cost me no extra money. Cost a lot of other people a lot of extra money. In the first fight, because it was a draw. Everybody bet win or loss. So everybody loses. And then they hedge what? The under? They lost that. No. Jack Reese is a fucking scumbag. Gambler. Guarantee you. He's a big guy in Vegas. Knows everybody in Vegas. Everybody in those goddamn casinos. He knows. Walking through casinos to get to the fight. Don't tell me that dude don't bet. And if he bets, don't bet. Don't tell me somebody around him and his family or his brother's friends don't bet. It's called insider trading. It's illegal. In investing, it should be illegal in gambling, especially if you're the ref or the judge or the commissioner or the inspector of the gloves. Really? Really? That's what I'm saying. Tyson Fury stole so much money. Stole so much money in both fights. Because he cheated. And Jack Reese cheated for sure. And Mark Breland cheated for sure. Because he said no matter what, don't throw in the towel. When you throw the towel in, you set the under and over. Don't you? When Mark Breland threw that towel in round 7, anybody that bet under 8, because it went the distance last time, and this nigga can't punch, lost their money. Because nobody expected a knockout. Nobody. Think about the gambling on that. How much money that cost people. Like I said, I didn't bet because I know they're crooks. Now you tell me some niggas that talk about that. That's why they say I'm the best. I'm the best at that. No doubt. I'm the best at that. You want to know where the crooks are? I'm the best at that. I'm educated at catching crooks. No doubt. Went to school for catching crooks. Used to be a crook. Who would you hire to catch crooks? Better than me? Nobody. Nobody. I'll audit you. Easy. I'll audit you. I got CPAs. We'll audit you. forensic accountants will audit you. And we know where to audit you with. We'll audit your cash. We'll go to the Federal Reserve and track your money, your cash, right back to you. I don't care if you bet in cash. How did you get this dollar bill? Where did you get it from? Then I will examine the records of the guy you got it from and know exactly when he changed that to cash. Oh, he changed it to cash with this bank. Oh, bank. Whoop. Auditing these accounts. Where did this money come from? Oh, it came from an offshore account. No worries. Audit the offshore account. I got hackers. They'll break into it. If we can't get it legally, the right private investigator will get it illegally. They will hack their system and get it. And then give it to the proper authorities who hired them to get it. And they will know with your cash, where that cash came from. When you change it to yen, they'll know. When you change it to euros, they'll know. And then they will track that cash you got because it don't do no good. And then they'll check your real estate. And if you own real estate, they'll see if there's any furniture in there. If there's furniture in there, they'll see where you bought the furniture from. And then they'll go to the store and see if you paid cash or whether you paid receipt. If you paid cash, we're going to go to the bank and we're going to track the cash to where it went. Easy. We'll find out what you did. You did it, so we know. Because all we got to do is track you and everybody you know. And track the cash and the electronics. And we'll know. And then we'll interview everybody when we subpoena them. Which is why federal prosecution rates are damn near 100%. Because the only thing getting you out of that is some political ally that you don't have. So, goodbye. Easy. That's why I'm the best. I'll prove you cheated. I'll track your money. I'll see what you bet on. If Mark Breland bet on that fight, I'll know. If Mark Breland's cousin bet on that fight, I'll know. If a YouTube channel that he was interviewed on bet on that fight and got cash and gave it to you, I will know. There's no way you can get out of that. No way. Unless you have the power to stop the investigation, which you don't. So you'll get caught because you talk shit to the wrong people that know how to get you from their room or their backyard. That's it. That's what I'm the best at. And they can't touch me at that. I'll call Cory Booker. He's a U.S. Senator in New Jersey. And I'll request a meeting. And it will take about a month to get there. Take way less than that to talk to his assistant and tell him exactly what I want to talk to him about. Because I'll write a letter. And it will have in it exactly what I'm talking about. And it'll be about 4 pages long. With a summary on it. And documentation provided. Enough to spark an investigation into you. Which is a federal investigation. He's a senator, U.S. senator, has purview over the Muhammad Ali Act. That is a congressional act. He can do a senatorial act. If he does a senatorial act, it's going to get enforced. And there's nothing your local congressman can do anything about it. Nothing. Or we can go to the senator in Illinois, or governor, or we can go to all of them at the same time and have a news conference, letting everybody know we sent the letters. Because we have a PAC called We're Gonna Get Your Ass PAC. Political Action Committee for boxing. You want a political action committee for boxing? writing letters to senators. And guess who I'm going to have sign it? The son of Frederick, the great-grandson of Frederick Douglass. He's a member of the channel. Shout out to you. He is. I'll reach out to him. You see him here all the time. I'll say, hey, man, I'm going to send this letter, but I wouldn't mind having a descendant of Frederick Douglass co-sign this. Wouldn't mind it. It'll help a lot. You know, kind of like how Deontay sat there with Lennox Lewis and got a pardon for Jack Johnson. We'll call it the Jack Johnson Act. We'll call it the Jack Johnson Act. And it'll be a senatorial equivalent of the Muhammad Ali Act with enforcement, jail sentences, all that shit. Mandatory minimums, all that shit. We want mandatory minimums for fraud and extortion. Mandatory minimums, 10 years. Violations of the Jack Johnson Act, 10 years. Minimum. With a $500,000 penalty per violation. It will drive you broke and put you in jail. And we won't have any more problems with you, media people, or promoters, or managers, or networks. We'll have no problem with you. You motherfuckers will pay fighters money and you'll have a ranking system that works. Period. Or you're going to go to jail or you're going to pay millions and millions of dollars in fees until you fix it. And you're going to be subject to civil liability, which means the boxer himself will sue you. So you will have our money that you owe us, our jail time that you will have to serve, and them that you'll have to pay. And we'll see how many over rounds you bet when you are a trainer or a manager, because that's illegal. You can't gamble on those fights. If you're in a network, if you're a promoter, if you're a manager. Fighters, knock yourself out. No conflict of interest there. You're betting on yourself. Trainer, can't do it. You bet on other fighters, and you get jobs through managers and promoters. Conflict of interest. Can't do it, sorry. If you're going to earn money, you have to earn money from the purse of the fighter, and that's it. You don't even get television rights. Nope. So you as a trainer cannot negotiate separately with the promoter for television rights on other fighters. Can't do it, Bomac. Sorry, contract invalidated by the Jack Johnson Act. Retrospectively, and they'll get everybody that did it, that they catch, because they'll make that shit retroactive. 30 years. Retroactive, actually, retroactive to the establishment of the Muhammad Ali Act. And will enforce any violation of the Muhammad Ali Act. Back until the time it was established as federal law. A senator can do that easy, and he can drag every one of you into a Senate hearing, and they will ask you questions. And you'll be standing there on C-SPAN, answering questions. Al Heyman, you cannot duck that one. You will be standing there explaining it. Either supporting it or objecting to it. You have to be there and making arguments about why it shouldn't happen. And they will call the head of every major promotional outfit in the country to testify in front of the Congress, with Kamala Harris sitting there as the president of the Senate. She don't give a fuck about boxing, homie. But there are a lot of black boxers in the United States, and they're in a lot of cities that vote. So maybe Kamala might care about the constituents of boxers and their families, because they vote or have potential to vote. And they may not care too much about you. That's why I'm the best. Because that's very doable. Set up a PAC, write the legislation, send the legislation and the justification for the legislation to every U.S. senator and every U.S. congressman, and demand hearings. Have retired boxers support it because you pay them to support it. Here's $50,000. Will you support this? I don't need it. I'll support it any day. Here you go. They robbed me. I'm a former world champion and I'm broke. But yet the people that worked with me continue to work with the other fighter. They have a better relationship with the people that they were negotiating with than me, because they still work with them on a daily basis, and I have nothing. Even though I was the one that paid the bills at a time. See? That applies to every black man in every job. Period. Period. That's how they do us. And that's how civil rights legislation gets passed. No grandfather clauses. No constitutional literacy tests. No literacy tests. No federal issued ID test either. If you want a state ID, then we're going to get a federal ID. And I have one. It's called a Social Security number. If I have a Social Security number, get the fuck out of my way. Here's my Social Security number. I'm a citizen of the United States. Get out of my way. Here's my phone bill. I'm a resident here. Get out of here. I'm voting. I don't care if I've got a criminal record or not. I served it. You said I was done if I served this time. I served my time. I'm done. I am what you call rehabilitated. Since I'm rehabilitated, here's my Social Security number, and here is my electric bill. And that's all I need to vote. That's it. Goodbye with your IDs. Goodbye with your registration. All of that. All I have to do is show up with these 2 pieces of paper and vote. I don't even need your parties, because I don't have to register with a party. Why? I don't like either one of them. But they do that to you. They say, no, you have to, on a state level, even though you're voting for a federal office, why should the state have anything to say about me voting for federal offices? It's a federal office. I shouldn't. All I need is my Social Security number. And if I have it, that's it. You tax me off that. If they tax me off my Social Security number, then why wouldn't you use my Social Security number for me to vote? Because they want to add more difficulty and more layers of confusion to it. Completely unnecessary if your job is to have clarity. Let people vote for federal offices in federal elections. Have your federal election separate from your state election. Have federal officers administer the federal election and not the states. And you'll run into a lot less problem with your counting in those states, because then it will just be federal. A federal election, which happens a month before the state elections. No worries. And if you want to use electronics, we'll use electronics. Triple verification, your phone, your email, and your Social Security on a secured line to get your federal votes. Or you can go in and vote at a local place. And the information will be tracked the same way. Mainframe, straight from that terminal, straight here. Not client server bouncing all over the fucking place so people can steal your money, can change your votes. In Egypt, you make it client server. They have no connection. It's a separate network, client server, or mainframe dummy. Doesn't matter. In the network, in the voting polls, it's dummy terminals. Boop, boop, boop. And it's stored in the mainframe. Right? You could have all states with one mainframe. And then that mainframe that feeds up into 50 mainframes that feed into another mainframe. And you don't have to worry about a cloud. So you don't worry about that stuff. But they don't do that stuff. Why? Because they want to be able to steal votes. You got to think like a thief. What do I think about Tank versus Barrios? I see it being a good but tough fight for Tank. I think it'll go 12 rounds. Well, interestingly enough, man, I think that will make an argument that he's a 3-time. No, because Barrios doesn't have a belt. Does Barrios have like a major belt, a minor belt? If he has a minor belt, then it's some nonsense. As far as him fighting Mario Barrios at 140, why not? It just keeps him from having to drop weight. He obviously doesn't want to fight at 130 or 135. So he's going to fight 140, so there's no problem with his weight. There's no problem with his scale. There's no problem with any of that. There could be a million reasons why he doesn't fight there. He could feel like they're messing with his scales. So no. And I'm not going to dehydrate myself for a non-title fight. If he takes a non-title fight at 140, then that just means we're in COVID. He doesn't feel like losing the weight. Right? So that could be why he does it. I'm going to get a paycheck without losing the weight. And beat up Mario Barrios at 140. And if he beats up Mario Barrios at 140, then you know, Teofimo Lopez, you got a guy you got problems with. Because Mario Barrios is a big guy. You know what I mean? Black Preacher Man, Black Fan Caleb said, for the work. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. St. Cruisin said, you're being modest. You know more about the game and about life. I appreciate you, St. Cruisin. I'll stay with the modesty, man. Modesty works a lot better, dude. They'll make you God and get you killed. You know what I mean? Build you up, homie, and so you can fall down. So I just want to stay right here on the ground. I'm on the street. That's where my feet hit. That's where I am. Everybody else, not everybody else, but other people want to live in clouds with halos. No, I'm right here. I'm 6'2". If you're 6'7", you're taller than me. If you're 5'2", you're shorter than me. If your IQ is 190, you're dumber than me. And your IQ is less than 190. So, according to your own measure, shut the fuck up and leave me alone. You're lower than me. But there may be somebody higher than me, like where I want to go. The future me. I want to be even smarter. So, I won't be too braggadocious now because I want to be something better. And what I am now is not as good as what I want to be. So, hence humility for my future self. Because I might look back on my future self, my past self, and be like, you were an arrogant prick, nigga. You weren't shit. Now I see why they were mad at you all the time. Because you're arrogant, and you were not what you thought you were. You were what you thought you would be. And you would be what you wanted to be. But at that point in time, you weren't what you wanted to be, so be a little more humble. Because I'm here now wanting to be better than I am. And it doesn't do me any good if you continue your braggadociousness. Inhibits my growth. That type shit. But that's hermetic. And you'd actually have to think about things like, let me think about the fact that there's a higher me. And pretend, which you really can't do, that's the higher me. That's going to happen in the future, what they call the future. Which is really just a theory. And a way to organize people. But be that as it may, there's a purpose for humility for me because I know people better than me. At everything that I say that I'm good at, I know of somebody better. I know people better looking. I'm a good looking nigga. Bump you. I'm going to get my broads. But I got a bunch of friends better looking. You know? So I can't say I'm that good looking when Kevin's better looking. You know what I mean? And I got a lot of money. But I know somebody with more money. So how braggadocious can I be? He's got more money. She's got more money. You know? I'm smart, but that guy's smarter. And I know he is. Or he was, at the least. He may be dead now, but he was alive then, and he was smarter than me then. So, can't be too humble. Can't be too braggadocious about it. But you bitch niggas, I will tell you bitch niggas in a minute. You suck. Smarter than you, better looking than you, got more money than you, more people like me than you. You like me more than you like your fucking self. So suck a dick up till you hiccup. See the difference? I'll cuss your ass out because you're arrogant, but I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm better than you as a person, just more developed because you suck. Suck off other people, dog. You suck off other people's life. You suck off their energy. You try to stop their growth. You're chimps. Fannon, you think Bud re-signed with Top Rank? Yes, I absolutely believe he'll sign back up with Top Rank. Absolutely, I do. Think I got the super chats, man. Somebody says super chats. I was reading them slow, but I like to get you guys, man. I like to get your comments and talk to you. You know? So, your broad getting it is over, Martin. Look, my broad getting it days are over. True. But the broad I got is better than the broads you want. So that means, nigga. As long as I got her, nigga, I got a better broad than you. And I got a better broad than you, dog. I got a better broad than you. If I got a better broad than you, nigga, I don't care how many you have, nigga. I don't care how many Toyotas you have, nigga. When I pull out my Ferrari every day, rah, that shit rumbling. You know what I mean? No, nigga. I told you. No. In my perception, my wife is bad as Haley Berry Easy. My perception. In my perception, she's as bad. She got a PhD, so now she's better than Stacey Dash. She gets a brain boost over Stacey Dash, which elevates her above Stacey Dash, because Stacey Dash's dome piece, you know, it's in question. Bad bras are everything about the chick, homie. She get a big booty, cool. She got a big booty. What she look like in the grill? Oh, the grill is nice. Okay, she got a big booty. She got a nice grill. All right. What she do for a living? Nothing. She sits in my house and eats my food. Oh. She got a nice face, big booty, nice breasts. You know, I wouldn't even, if she didn't have that, we wouldn't be in the conversation. But I had to skip past those to get to the face. So anyway, we'll assume all that shit's intact. But she's costing you $500,000 a year. So is all that beauty worth $500,000 a year? What if I had something that booty wasn't quite as fat, face wasn't quite as pretty? You know what I mean? She's 46 now, so, you know, gravity. But she earns me $250,000 a year. But she brings in $250,000 a year to the house. So I get paid $250,000 for being with my 9.5, and your 10 is costing you $500,000. I'll take the 9.5 and make her an 11 for the money. Oh, and she takes care of she takes care of my kid. Both of them. Takes care of them. And if I was to die, they would have everything they needed because she could earn it. I got a better bitch than you do. And why? Well, what about Jay-Z and Beyonce? Beyonce makes more money than Jay-Z. My wife don't make more money than me. So net, nigga, I'm ahead. Nah, I'm kidding. You get the point, though. But she got a PhD. That's worth a lot. That's worth a lot. Pick your women wisely, homie. Pick your women wisely. Wisely. My brother said, true argument I had with my brother one time. I didn't have the argument. I listened to him because at that time, he told me I didn't. He told me and I listened at that point in time. Not that point in time anymore. That nigga got to listen to me. Give a shit, nigga. Listen and do. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, when I had to listen to him, because he's bigger than me, he said, I don't need a woman to do my homework. That was his big thing. I don't need a woman to do my homework. I was getting D's at the time in school, and I thought to myself, I need a broad to do my homework. Shit. And I immediately started looking for one. I immediately was like, I need a dime piece, but I need one that can do my homework for me. Because I'm telling you, dog, if you are in law school and you just hook up with a girl and all you do is lay around with her during your first year of law school, pretty much, it's good if she is a second year and understands all the subjects. Because then you might say, hey, I got to study for this final. Do you have an outline from when you took it? And then she'll say, here you go. Or no, she has one. I'll get it for you. Here. And she'll say, oh, yeah, and this is what he usually asks on his tests. And then you're able to prepare for your tests. But if you were across town, laying up with somebody that worked at a strip club, not so much. My brother is 9 years older than me. Neely Fuller, 9 years. So when I was 1, he was 10. When I was 10, he was 19. When I was 20, he was 29. So he was always in the generation ahead. But once I got to 40 and he was 49, that all evened out. That all evened out. Because I had 40 years behind me, not none. Because after a while, it matters what you've done in those years. So in the years that I was spending my time studying, he was working and making money. But I worked very hard at what I did, and he doesn't do what I do. So since he can't do what I do and doesn't know what I know, then all that shit went by the wayside, other than in the areas that he has more experience in. Right? Which honestly is not a lot, because I went to work for an IT company, the same business that he's in, and it took me about 15 years to learn it. Once I learned that, then I know what he knows. I know everything he knows, and I know everything that I know. So that makes me know a lot more than he knows. And I'll tell him in a second. And I beat him in debates easy. Make him yell, make him scream, all kind of shit. Threaten you, all kind of stuff. When people can't out-argue you and can't change your mind. Don't have the intellect or the power to change your mind, then are you connected with the ping pong business? Yeah, he owns Killer Spin. My family owns Killer Spin. My family owns Killer Spin. And that's the biggest U.S.-owned table tennis manufacturer, distributor in the country. And yeah, so he's one of the biggest names in ping pong in the world. Very well-known guy. Very, very well-renowned guy. But I know more than that nigga does. Just a point. It is. Anyway, would you agree with this or say he wins the debates? Would he agree with this or would he say he wins the debates? He'd say whatever he wants to say. But probably not. You say, yeah, well, wow, that company is well respected. Yeah, but it's one of the smaller businesses. His is a small business, Killer Spin. But then there's the IT side of it that really pays for all of that. It started with IT and then it moved to sports. So just like he moved to ping pong, I moved to boxing. Titans 34 JD said, he's a lawyer. said, if I fuck with you, Martin. Yeah, you know what it is. But no, my brother couldn't beat me in a debate to save his life. And he knows it. And he'll tell you that shit. Yeah, he tell you. Dog, he can't debate me. He just say the nigga's a lawyer. And he say I'm cheating. You're a lawyer. Exactly, I'm a lawyer, nigga. You can't beat me in no argument. You can't. You don't know how to argue. So, honestly, no, he could never beat me in a debate. He doesn't know how to argue. No way. It's easy money. My dad is easy money. Dad is easy money. My dad is easy money. So my dad being easy money, you know, my brother's easy money. Because my dad is easy money. And my dad couldn't touch my brother with a 10-foot pole and a rocket launcher. Trust me. My dad murks my brother in debates. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Them shit's in like, whatever. And then I'll be over there like, daddy won. Bobby, you don't know what you're talking about. Because my dad is 30 years older than my brother, and he's been in the same businesses the whole time. So my brother's 30 years away, at least, from catching up to my dad, which would put him at 90. So it's not happening, dog. Like, it's just not happening. My dad is a great man. My dad is a great man. Hey, I'm sorry about that, General Squirrels, but my dad is a great. He's a great. So when I'm telling you, beating him in an argument ain't nothing easy. Trust me, it took me 40 years to do it. And I studied very hard because he said, when I'll do what you say to do, Martin, when you can beat me in an argument. So I was like, are you serious? You're going to do what I ask you to do once I beat you in an argument. And he said, yeah, when you can beat me in an argument, I'll do what you say. I'll work for you, was basically what he said. I'll work for you when you can beat me in an argument. Like, it's all about what you know. It's not about the money you have. If you know more than me, I'll work for you, and that'll be it. So I beat him in a debate many, many times before that nigga paid up and fessed up. Hey, man, you beat me in a debate about boxing. I would never debate you about boxing. Guess what? That means you would never debate me. You lost the debate, so you work for me. And I'll tell my dad that shit. And he won't give me a dime and be like, yeah, nigga, whatever. Make me. I didn't mean debate, nigga, with your mouth. I meant debate with your fist, nigga. Come get what you say I owe. And then I will say, I can't fuck with you like that, daddy. And he'll be like, exactly, nigga, shut up. I win the debate. And on the debate will go and go and go and go and go to eternity because I'm his son. Therefore, everything that I know and everything that I say is of him. So there's no way that I can beat him in a debate because everything I used to beat him in a debate came from him. So I can't even win. If I win, he wins. See? That's how my dad thinks, and that's how we think in my family. If you can outthink him, you win. But you're in the family, so you really... No, I told you don't pay up because he'll take the argument there. He'll just say, look, man, you're my son. I paid for all your education. Only reason you know that shit is because I paid for it. You're doing everything you did on my orders. So therefore, without me, there's no you. I'm the but-for cause of everything you know, including you making this argument. Because you're telling me everything that I said because I told you to tell me because you took my bet. That's my daddy. And I will debate him out of that one. And I'll debate him out of that one. But you know how it goes, dog. He'll always win that because I'm his son. And I will always work for him. And even if there was a situation when he was older and, you know, couldn't get around, couldn't go where he wants to go and do the things he wants to do, I would still say, I'm your son. It's my job to go do it for you. It's family. When I was a kid and I couldn't chew my food, I couldn't chew food yet, he made sure that I had that little rice and shit on my spoon so I could eat it, right? In a roof that I couldn't pay for, in a bed I couldn't pay for, in clothes I didn't pay for, in a school that I used his car to get me to, or my tennis shoes that he bought for me to walk there. So anyway it goes, dog. Anyway it goes. That is the truth. Mr. Robert Blackwell Sr. has great knowledge in the world of business. I recommend any new business entrepreneur to watch Robert Blackwell Sr.'s interview on YouTube. Exactly. Watch my daddy on YouTube. His name is Robert Blackwell Sr., and you'll know that nigga is the shit. Point blank, period, dog. Have I followed the Chevin trial, Fannon? No, I'm waiting for everything to come out. I'm waiting for the verdict, and after the verdict, when they start releasing the information, then I'll talk about it. But it's a sad situation, on a lot of different levels, man. Because I like the police. I know that's a very non-black thing to say, but I like the police. I know that they really have a very hard job, and that there are people that even in jobs like that fuck up and do fucked up shit. And I also think that they're put in very dangerous situations by politicians. So, I really do hold similar to the military. Like I hold the mayor. Yeah, my dad is alive. Absolutely. My dad is alive. He had a stroke earlier this year. That was very hard on me and hard on the family. My dad had that stroke, but he's gotten the therapy that he needs. So he's moving very, very well. He's handling his business very, very well. And he's back up operating at 100%. Other than a little speech, a little hooker in his speech. But other than that, yeah, he's good as gold, man. He said, God to hear you, he's doing well. Yeah, man, he's doing really well. The Blackwells don't mess around. They did $500 million in the space of 5 years. Yep. And he was in business for 15. My father's done billions of dollars in business. Billions and billions of dollars in business. Billions and billions of dollars in business. He's a fucking genius when it comes to that shit, man. Really. I think one of the lawyers in the trial is named Blackwell. If they're named Blackwell, then more than likely, is it a prosecutor or a defender? If you got a Blackwell as a prosecutor, that policeman's going to go to jail. You got a Blackwell as a defense attorney, that cop's going to get off. That's where I put my money. We got another member of my family is a lawyer for not Tawana Brawley. What's the name of the young lady? Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor is also represented by my cousin, my little cousin. She's a lawyer. She's a lawyer in Louisville, Kentucky. One of the best upcoming lawyers in Kentucky. She's not a Blackwell. She's an Ovidi. But still, she's black, and she's the black Ovidi. And she, which makes her a black Greek. No, she's not, because she's on my grandmother's side. But regardless, she's a Dickerson. So she's a Dickerson. And, she's a Dickerson in Kentucky. So she's going to do well as a Dickerson in Kentucky. So she'll have the political ties. She'll know the lay of the land. That's why she's one of those up-and-coming lawyers like that. Because all she needed to know, oh, he's not defense? Then, yeah. If he's not on the defense, if he's on the prosecution, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. That's what I would say. If he's related to me. And there's a lot of people related to me that I don't know. So, like the guy from, what was he, the governor or the state's attorney for Ohio? He's a Blackwell. But I never ask. I never ask. I just kind of be like, oh, he's a Blackwell. He's from Ohio. I got a lot of family, more than likely. And every Blackwell I've ever met has been related to me. If we ask 3 questions, be like, oh, okay. Who do you this, that? Oh, yeah, you're from there? Oh, okay, yeah, then we're related. Because that's where I'm a Blackwell. I'm a Blackwell from there. We're Geechees. I think they call them Geechees. Geechees? Like Geechee Day in Buford? They're Geechees. So, Geechees, you know what Geechees do. They're Geechees. Geechee Day in Buford. Neely Fuller Jr. said, very big name in Chi-Town. Absolutely. My dad's the man, and my dad's the man in Chicago. The man. Without a doubt. He's the man in Chicago. The Blackwell name is big, but my dad is big because of my dad. My brother has my dad's name, Robert Blackwell. They're both Robert Blackwells. Gula, baby. Excuse me. Gula. Gula Geechee. Yeah, Gula. Gula Geechees. They're Gulas. Off those islands by the Carolinas, the Virginias. They came from there, and then they came to Philadelphia from there. And that's how they took over. That's how they took over Philadelphia. Because they took over Philadelphia. Fuck all that, the West Philadelphia shit. They took over all of Philadelphia. Because if you're black and you take over the black community in Philadelphia, then you take over Philadelphia. Because you got so much clout on the votes that you can maneuver yourself with anybody else. You're a warlock. You know what I mean? A warlock. And by that, I mean you have war on lock. Because everybody else is warring with each other. And when everybody else wars with each other, then we become the warlock. And we lock the war. Without us, everybody else fights. Bloody fight. And then we just sit there and wait. Which is why I hate those coons so much. If we just let these white people fight each other and sat back and watched, we'll get cool with the winner. And when we get cool with the winner, then we're in a way better position than we were if we hedge our bets with all the losers. And that's what they always want to do. They want to always hedge black people's bets with the losers. And black people always want to hedge their bets, which is why they don't bet on black people. They'll start with black people, but their real goal is to cross over and get with white people. And when that's their intention, they're a coon. Steve Harvey, coon, right? That's what he did. And that's why people can't stand it. You start in Chicago, get your break in Chicago, and all jokes aside, and you're not even the funniest one there, not even close. The MC is funnier than you. But you play politics. You get Kings of Comedy, and you're the worst one on all of, you're the worst comedian on the Kings of Comedy. The worst one. Why are you the one to get the shows and all of that? Because you're the one willing to sell out. You got all those comedians to get all those black people on that tour to watch Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac was the funny one on that show. That's why he ended the show. Bernie Mac. You don't want to follow Bernie Mac. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. He's a coon. Coon. And I remember him. All jokes aside, you know who else is a fucking coon? I don't give a fuck what he say. What's that big ass African nigga from Chicago? Godfrey. That's another coon. Fuck Godfrey. Fuck Godfrey. Can't stand Godfrey. Can't stand his ass. Went to Lane Tech. Coon. Through and through. Coon. Through and through. Made that nigga. Made that nigga. Don't know who you are all of a sudden. Hey, Godfrey, how you doing? Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever, man. When I met you, it was, hey, Martin. Hey, man, nice to meet you. Oh, man, yeah, I'm friends with your sister. All that shit. When they put you down, though, when my sister gets you put down, all of a sudden you don't know who she is. I'm married. Can't take her call. Yeah, nigga, whatever. You bounced to New York, nigga, is what you did. Sold out to them is what you did. You sold out to them and got corrected. Now you came to Jesus. Now it's come to Jesus. Nigga, please. You work for UPS, nigga. Go work for UPS. Yeah, man. Click the link when you get off. But look, man, I'm going to get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super. I'm telling you about Godfrey. Every time I see this nigga crack a joke, I'm like, nigga, you're not funny. Number one. Number two, you're not loyal to the people that got you there and supported you when you started. I always want to forget the niggas that got you there when you started. Because you go meet somebody else that's going to give you more money. Oh, it gave me more money, so I'm out. Okay, so you're not going to hook anybody else up. Nobody else that needs contracts or needs to meet these people, you're not going to introduce them. Other young comedians from the same area you are. Why? Because you don't want the competition? Because you're not that good? Okay, we got plenty funny niggas in Chicago, dog. Plenty. KQKC is funnier than you, nigga. Way funnier. He's on YouTube. Way funnier than you. Way funnier. All kind of niggas funnier than you. Cat Williams, Cleveland nigga, joke you under the table. Joke you under the table, man. If you had to really straight up compete with him for jobs, man, get out of here, dude. They try to run Cat and Williams' name into the mud so they don't have to compete with him. Let's talk about why Cat Williams keeps getting arrested and he keeps getting harassed. So you can keep putting him in the news so people won't go to his concerts, so they can go to your concerts because he's funnier than Kevin Hart. And he's funnier than Godfrey. And he's funnier than D.L. Hughley. He's funnier than all of them. So you try to muddy up his name so he can't get the big jobs. He can't get the movies. So you can get him. Y'all set that man up. You set that man up. I don't give a fuck. All of you set that nigga up. Because he's funny and his concerts make more money than yours. Because who the fuck but some white people would go to a Kevin Hart concert if there's a Cat Williams concert? Cat Williams would blow him out of the water. So that little short nigga took his jobs. All the jobs that should be with Cat Williams go to him because of character assassination. Y'all think you play the game too. Y'all ain't funny. You're not funny. Should have a comedy channel blowing you niggas out for what you did to Cat Williams and what you did to Bill Cosby. What you did to Bill Cosby is terrible. Every one of you niggas that did that shit to Bill Cosby, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you for acting like you thought it was true. It ain't true, and you know it. Those women that had sex with him are government ops. Government ops. They don't tell you that. Those are government ops. You don't think government ops, prostitutes, they got government ops as prostitutes? You set that man up. Set that man up so you could get bigger, Oprah. Set that nigga up, Oprah. That's who I think set his ass up, Oprah. Personally, I think Oprah set his ass up. I think Oprah thinks she's the queen of Chicago. That's who I think she thinks. Another bitch came to Chicago. People in Chicago supported her. She goes Hollywood. Changes AM Chicago to the Oprah show with them DC niggas when they started their cable. Exactly. Shameful what was done to Cat and Cosby. Both of them. And Cat Williams shouldn't have said that shit about Michael Jackson, which is what got his sin over there. I'm telling you, when you trick on an entertainer, it's going to fuck you up. He tricked on Michael Jackson. Well, all these people said it's true, so it must be true. Really, Cat? It's not true, Cat. Is all the shit around you true, Cat? Or are they making it up trying to fuck with you? Yeah, they're making it up trying to fuck with you, Cat. After you said the same thing about Michael Jackson. You think Michael Jackson ain't got no clout? People in their family ain't like, nigga, what are you talking about? Why you disrespect? All you niggas be cooning selectively. Selective cooning is cooning. So, yes, Cat insulted Michael Jackson. Insulting Michael Jackson is taking money out of the mouths of Michael Jackson's family because they sell a lot of records. And when you co-sign that shit, you co-signing them banning their records. They got their records banned in Germany. And Cat Williams was out there talking about Michael. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You niggas is coons. Anytime you attack a black man and you make money off of it, you're a coon. You attacked a black man and got paid for it. You're a coon. Or you're highly suspect of being a coon. By me. How would I avoid stuff like Cosby went through? By not fucking them. By not fucking them. Fucking my wife. It's the only way you get out of that. Or be a polygamist and have multiple wives. That's the only way out of that. Do not fuck them. Don't let them in your house. And in fact, how I would handle it is I would always have another woman with me. Always. I'm talking to you in my house. There's going to be another woman sitting right next to you. And the conversation's going to be recorded. There's a camera there. Do you mind the camera being there? No, I don't mind the camera. Yes, I mind the camera being there. Well, thank you very much. Leave. Do you mind her being here when we speak? She's going to document our conversation, and then we're going to send you an email confirming the conversation. And this is what we talked about, and we're going to have it documented. So anytime you, 30 years later, act like you got raped when you don't even claim rape, like Beverly Johnson did, she didn't even do anything. She goes to the house to talk about business. He says, do you want a drink of water? She says, oh, I feel woozy. I want out of here. He says, oh, you feel woozy? I'll call you a cab. Thank you. Here's your cab. I'll pay for the cab. Take her home. They call that rape. They use that. They use that. What the fuck is that? It's a nigga that did not have a secretary there with him to welcome her in the house and to buy the cab and to hand her the water. I didn't give her the water. She gave her the water. Call her in. Yes, she came in. We talked about a movie deal. I documented. Here you go. And then I verified the conversation afterwards because she called to set the meeting up with me. She didn't call and ask him directly. I set the meeting up with her. And she requested it. He said, okay. We had the meeting. We had the meeting in his house. Absolutely. Because why? He owns a bunch of houses. And he's in this house. He doesn't need a hotel. He has a house in the city. That's why I was at his house. Because he didn't say, let me get an office in this city. Because I already have a house. And if anybody wants to deal with me, I have an office in the house. I'm worth $400 million. What? It's like that stuff with Gervonta Davis. Did you hear about the stuff with Gervonta Davis? Bullshit. They're going to try to get this dude on a felony over some bullshit. No jokes. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Mr. Francis says, your wisdom and knowledge, Fannon, I appreciate it. All black men need to take that advice. Yeah. If you're in business, you don't go into a meeting by yourself. And you tell them, I'm sorry, I got to bring my people with me. You wouldn't do that on the street. If you had to go negotiate with somebody across town, on their side of town, would you go there by yourself? No. Why? Because you may not get out of that side of town. So what do? You tell them, I'm coming. and you bring people with you so that you know you can get out of there. Or at very least, cause them a lot of problems trying to keep you there, right? But you're in a business negotiation with somebody. That's money. That's money. She's asking you for money. She's saying, I need a career. That's asking for money. Document it. She's there for the money. I'm telling you, you'd be better off paying her as a prostitute. Say, look, I'm going to pay you $500 for sit down here to talk to me. Why? Because you're paid to be here. To talk to me. Why? Because then we know we had a deal. You came in here to talk to me. We spoke and you left. I don't owe you anything else. So don't go feeling like you can concoct some shit with somebody else because you don't get a deal you want. That's why. Just because I send you out there and I say do business with them, that doesn't mean that they're always going to want to do business with you. But if they bribe you to do something else other than I asked you to do, or somebody miraculously comes up with a better offer than I gave you, and you take that deal, and then they welsh on that deal, and you ain't got no money, don't come saying, oh, he raped me. Let me get a civil settlement from him, because he'll settle before this shit hits the newspaper. Because I was in his house and I can prove it. Forget you. Forget you. Have somebody there with you. One of my best friends, I said, will you do an interview with me? And he said, yeah, call my publicist. And I was like, nigga, I'm not calling your publicist. And he was like, no, man, you got to call my publicist. She arranges meetings that my wife sets up for me. If my wife asks me to meet with somebody, they have to call my publicist. Then my publicist will check them out, make sure they are who they say they are, and that they've done what they said they've done. And after they're verified through my publicist, then I'll talk to you. But if you're not who you say you are, or the people that you say aren't the people that they say they are, then you're not going to get in. Because she is not going to let you in. Because her job is to make sure nobody takes advantage of me and gets me into something that I didn't want to get into. So you got to deal with her before you deal with me. Which is why all of that shit with Bill Cosby is probably bullshit. Because they probably set all that shit up with his assistant. And who is going to set up a rape with their assistant? I don't believe that shit. I'm telling you. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it. I think they set him up. I think they set up Cat Williams. I think they set up Michael Jackson. I think they set up Bill Cosby. And I think they're setting up and I think they're doing an extra job on R. Kelly. So, I do. He gets adults. He has sex with adults. And people say, oh, but you pissed in her mouth. She's an adult. Or I didn't know she was. They said she was an adult. I even saw her ID. I saw her ID. Her ID said 21. You're an adult at 18. They lied. They lied. I married Aaliyah. Her parents agreed to that. That's legal. Her parents wanted it. So I was dumb enough to do it. Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have never dated or touched anybody under 25. That's why I won't. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to date a chick 25, 21 years old. She might be 18. If you're 30, I can see it. Oh, she's 30. She's not 18. She's not 21. Nope. She's not. But anyway, y'all are some coons. All those cats in the media, you want to know a coon, listen to them and see if they criticize and co-sign any of this shit tearing down black people. The second they do that, what kind of card is that? It is a monad. I don't know. It's called Max something or other. It's the same thing. Oh, by the way, subscribe to my man. Subscribe to my man, Big Ja. He got a television role, man. Congratulations, Big Ja. I know Big Ja is a fan of the channel. It was nice to see you on the bigger screen, the middle-sized screen. Can't wait to see you on the big screen, brother. I know you're going to make it to the big screen. Brother Coda 10 says, salute to the intellectual noob, Martin. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you, man. Now they coming. Oh, I forgot what they did to Gervonta Davis. They're elevating his battery charge, or trying to, from a misdemeanor to a felony. Because the woman that he was originally charged with wouldn't participate and said, no, I was in an argument with him. We weren't fighting. He didn't assault me. We were in an argument. So she said, no, I'm not going to participate. So what do? They go get some girl that jumped into the middle of them and Gervonta Davis hit. Not even necessarily proven that it was Gervonta that hit her. Could have been the girl that hit her, for all I know. But whatever. Yeah. But this is what the girl did. Listen to what the girl says. She said she jumped in between Gervonta Davis and Gervonta Davis's girlfriend. Jumped in between them. And the reason she did it was none of the other men around were doing anything. To the max. They weren't doing anything. So what she said was, I jumped in because they weren't doing anything. I was disgusted that these other men weren't doing anything. She's not in the video, Brother Coda. She's not in the video. This is something that happened off camera. She's saying she jumped in the middle of a fight. And when she jumped in the middle of the fight between Gervonta Davis and the girlfriend, Gervonta Davis punched her and caused serious injury. So that's a felony. But here's the problem. She attacked him. If nobody else is doing anything and the girl doesn't file charges, and because she says we weren't fighting or we were fighting each other, I'm trying to hit him. He's defending himself. If you jump into an attack when he's being attacked by her, just say for a second, when they got out of there, she attacked him. Then you jumped in the middle of him defending himself. So if he's defending himself against her, which he has the right to do, and he punches you because you attack him, and she didn't ask you to. You didn't come with her. She didn't ask you for help. But you jump in. You attacked him. And he should be suing you for assault. For assault. Because she wasn't in any danger. And in fact, she was attacking him. That's why she didn't testify. If she would have wanted to testify, she'd be here, right? And it would have been a misdemeanor because she didn't get injured. Now let me ask you a question. He didn't hit her, or she would have had significant injuries. You tried to hit him, and he hit you back. Because what did you do? Did you try to grab her? Then if you try to grab her, then you're attacking her. And he can hit you to keep you from attacking her. But if you grabbed him, then you attacked him. And he can hit you because you attacked him. And guess what? Everybody in the room is going to say it that happened that way because they were all with him. And you would have to ask them, excuse me, why didn't you do anything, sir? Because she wasn't in any danger. Because they weren't fighting, sir. What do you mean they weren't fighting? They weren't fighting. She was yelling at him. She was yelling at him on the way in. We had to keep her from hitting him on the way in. And then she kept saying stuff to him. And he snapped. And he grabbed her and he moved her outside so she would stop putting on a big show. And when she got outside, she stopped. And she tried to hit him. Whatever. It could have been a verbal argument, or it could have been her trying to hit him. And him grabbing her arms. You know how women do. You know, what dude in here has not had that happen if you've been around a woman, enough women? If you're around a woman enough, enough, they're going to get mad at you. They're going to get mad at you. And what will they do? They'll hit you. Without a doubt. My wife has hit me. I've never hit her, but she tried to hit me. She was mad. She went with me 2 hands. Ah! And I grabbed her arms. And I was like, hey, babe, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. And she calmed down. And that was it. It never happened again. It never happened before that. And that was at least 10 years ago. But she had an argument. She got mad at me. And I'm not going to let her choke me. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not just going to. I'm in the laying down too. Laying down. No way are you going to choke me. But I'm not going to hurt you either. I don't have to. I'll just move you to the side and leave. Because there's nothing you can do to me physically without something to prevent me. So I just grab her hands, move her to the side, get out of the bed, get my clothes on, and go sit down in the kitchen so I don't get the police called on me. Because if I leave, it looks like I'm running. So no, I'll sit right here and hope she don't call the police. And then I'll tell her, if she called the police, she tried to choke me. There's nothing on her. Look how big I am. If I would have hit her, there'd be a mark, without a doubt. So I sit there and I hope she doesn't call cops. Or I'll do one better. I'll tell her, please don't call the cops on me because I didn't touch you and you know it. So if you call the cops, I'm going to tell them. So don't call. Because women will get you attacked with the police too. They'll start something, antagonize you, you hit them, they call the cops. Now you got guns in your face. Easy. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. Black women do that shit. A lot. A lot. Whole lot of this, oh, a policeman ran in your house. Why? Because some broad called them. So they came and they ran through your house. You're laid up with your girlfriend. And they say, hey, there's an assault and drugs going on at this address. And guess what? You're laid up there with your girlfriend and they rush in your house with that girl. And now you're looking at guns. Why? Because your woman called them on you. They didn't know whether you kill them or not, but they knew police would run up in there. They know the police are going to knock on the door, and you got a record. You got a record. You're violating your parole. You've got guns on you. You've got money on you. The police come. They get you. You try to run, they shoot you. Easy. You're going to jail or you're going to die. One or the other. Because I don't like you. You're cheating on me with that girl. Shit happens all the time, man. Happens all the time. That's why niggas get wives. She can be right here with me. And I got to worry about all that shit. You smoking that good, ain't you? Your eyes Nah, my eyes are always like that. I'm Asiatic. My eyes don't open very big. They're always like this. I'm just telling you. Telling you. That's why I'm waiting that's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting on that trial for that policeman. I'm waiting on it. Like, who called the cops? I still want to know. Who called the cops on the guy? And what started the argument? I think that's important, dog. Like Tamir Rice, there's no excuse for Tamir Rice. None. He's a little kid, but somebody called the police on him, and he got shot. Why'd they think it was a real gun? Somebody told him it was a real gun. Exactly. But the problem is this. I'm telling you. You got to respect women. I'm telling you. Most of y'all niggas get stuck because you think women are something to stick your dick in, and that's it. I'm going to stick my dick in and I'm leaving. That's what it is. No, it is not that. You think that you're going to get got. Exactly. Brother Coda, who called the cops? That's where it starts. It doesn't start with the violence. It starts with who called the cops and why. They say they're arguing, just arguing and da-da-da. Well, why did the argument start? Why did the argument start? Yeah, exactly. Someone called the police on that brother in Walmart shopping for guns, and they killed him. And they killed him because somebody called the cops. Did they call a specific cop? Is what I want to know. You called the cops. Did you call the dispatch or did you call a specific police officer? If that police officer's on that street and you called and you went and got that police officer, and you're familiar with that police officer, then you might have got that nigga killed. You might have paid that nigga to kill him. Who called the cops? Who called the cops? And why is a cop willing to do it on camera? I don't care what you tape. Clearly, whoever did it wanted everybody in the world to see it. Psych op. Kill him and kill him on the camera and record it. The cashier called Popo's OB Floyd over a fake 20. Exactly. On Floyd over a fake $20 bill. Yeah. Who called the cops? I would say if you want to find somebody to give some, find and get called the cops. Find them too. Don't go after the cops. Go after the nigga that called the cops. All you're going to get when you fight the cops is more cops. If you know who called the police and they are re-educated into not calling them for dumb shit to get people killed, you call the cops over a donut and a man dies, you overcharge for that donut, man. You just had your donut paid for in a man's life. Was that donut worth it? That loose cigarette that man sold in front of your store that resulted in his death, you got your cigarette paid for with his death. Was that worth it? No, it was not. You should have known the chances that you were gambling with that man's life over your donut and your loose cigarette. You're the problem. You're the problem. But for you calling them over some trivial shit, this wouldn't have happened. You're the boy that cried wolf. You keep crying wolf on niggas around this neighborhood. And I don't believe he was selling loose cigarettes. I don't believe he was. I think he was selling something else on somebody else's block. Why is he standing out there getting killed for selling loose cigarettes? Loose cigarettes? Sure. Sure he is. Sure he is. Sure he's selling loose cigarettes. You killed that nigga because he was selling drugs in a territory that he wasn't supposed to be selling them in, and the people called you, and you killed him. That's what I think. So excuse me. I'm not so quick to jump to the police on the police. I'm not. Not. I want to know who called them. And why don't nobody care about them? If you call the cops on I ain't gonna say it. If my cousin, if you call the cops on his son because he was selling loose cigarettes in front of your store, and then my son or that man's son died as a result, I'm not calling the cops. I'm calling you. I'm calling you. And I'm not forgiving you for that. I'm not forgiving you for that. The church want to go around talking about forgiving no, I'm not forgiving nothing. Shut up, pastor. Because he's going to keep doing it. He's going to keep calling guys who have the license to kill over his donuts. Sorry. Gotta go, gotta go. No way. No way. You know the power you're using. You know the power you're using, and you know the likelihood that it's going to end that man's death. And you chose to do it because you want to discourage people from stealing donuts from you. How about you get your ass the fuck out of there, or figure out how to keep people from stealing from you without calling the cops? Sell it through a plastic window, nigga, for all I care. Get bulletproof windows and hand that shit out through a slot. They can't rob you then. Gas stations do it all the time. That's why they don't have to call a cop for everybody pumping gas. No worries. Do that. Do that. And then you won't have to call the cops and risk the lives of the cops. Because you also know that there's a chance they're going to kill those cops. Sooner or later, they're going to kill that cop. Sooner or later, they're going to kill that cop. That guy, Siobhan, however you pronounce his name, should probably want to go to jail. He should want to go to jail. Because if he doesn't go to jail, it may take 10 years, but somebody's going to hit him with a car. On accident. When he walks across the street that he walks across every day. For 6 straight weeks. 6 straight weeks. He walks here at this time. Room, get the car ready. Boom! Dump. Oh my gosh! Yeah, they will. They'll want to. I don't know if they will, but I know that there'll be people that want to. Rude Pierre, would you argue that there are people that would want to? Some people are not about that life. And Zimmerman's life has been misery since it happened. George Zimmerman has been attacked multiple times. Of course there is. And George Zimmerman has been attacked multiple times, man. Multiple times, dude. Multiple times, George Zimmerman has had to defend himself. He's had to pull out a gun and say, I got a gun. That's because people are trying to get him. There's no doubt in my mind people are trying to kill George Zimmerman. What was the name, the guy that killed, what's that guy's name? Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, Zimmerman stays in hiding. He has to stay in hiding. George Zimmerman cannot walk in the south side of Chicago. No way. He can't walk into the south side of Chicago. No way. He said there are no videos of him walking around. No, he can't walk around. No way. No way he can walk around. Because the guy that kills him is going to be a hero. And he's going to go to jail anyway. He'll go back to jail. I'm back. All right, I'm out on a murder rap. I've already murdered somebody. I'm going back to jail, nigga. But I'm going back to jail a hero. They let me out to kill him. They said, we're giving you an early parole. And you're coming back in. We're going to give you we're going to let you, how much time you got left? Yeah, we'll get you out early. But you're going to go out for a little while, and then you're going to come back in. You don't think they let people out of jail to go kill people and bring them right back? Or let them go to Mexico? Yeah, sure. Do it. Run to Mexico. There'll be a train. Hey, don't worry about it. As soon as you do it, you'll be in Mexico. And you ain't got to worry about nobody's parole. They're not looking for you in Mexico, are they? Would you rather spend the rest of your life here, in this cell, or the rest of your life in Cuba with Cuban broads? And we'll fly your family in. How about we do that for you? No worries. Go back to jail. Oh, yeah, exactly. People are always looking for an argument to lose. Yeah, you're going to lose that argument. Because I don't think about that shit before I think about that shit. Absolutely. Nipsey got killed by a dude who shouldn't have been out. Exactly. Shouldn't have been out. But he's out. Out for what? Out to head to Mexico. Boop, boop. I'm out. That's how Vietnamese people kill you. That's why they're so dangerous. Because, dog, they're not U.S. citizens. And they'll get you, and then they will have their passport and all that and their ticket. They would have already bought it. And they'll get you on the way to the airport. Click, click. Uber to the airport. Uber to the airport. Before they find out what happened, I'll be with my family in Taiwan. With a lot of money. Because it just changed from American dollars to where I'm from. I'm a millionaire. And I get to go home. Goodbye. They'll do that shit they do that shit in a heartbeat, man. Heartbeat. That's why I don't get why people ain't worried about the Irish mob or the Russian mob or the Vietnamese mob, because the mob is just a bunch of people. That's why I always wonder, why aren't you worried about them? They can get rid of you and they'll be out. Get you and be gone the next day. Actually, they'll be gone that same day. Because like I said, they're going to get you on the way to the airport. There he is. Clack, clack. Car never stops. Straight to the airport, bags in the trunk. That's how they do it. Just to let you know. Which is why you should never fuck with them. And that's why they should watch dual citizenship very closely. Somebody has dual citizenship, that's so they can leave. Roy Jones can leave right now. I'm out. Go right to Russia. He's a Russian citizen. They made him a citizen. He's got dual citizenship. He can go to Russia. He gets all the benefits of a Russian citizen. All of them. All of them. Whatever. You know what that means too? He is the jurisdiction of Putin. Putin has just as much say-so over Roy Jones Jr. as the United States government does. Because he's a Russian citizen. And they can make you a Russian, they can make you a citizen, anybody a citizen. They can make every citizen of the United States a citizen of Russia right away by edict. You're all Russian citizens. You all have the full rights of a Russian citizen. All you got to do is ask. I want to be a Russian citizen. You're a Russian citizen. If they do anything funny to you, the Russians are going to come ask questions. You can't arrest him. He's a citizen of our country. What's the deal? We think he's our jurisdiction. Let's go to an international court and see who has jurisdiction over this dual citizen. It makes it a world court issue because that is what you call conflict of laws. Exactly. Dennis Rodman can leave and go to China and never come back. So if you got any problem with his taxes, goodbye. I'm leaving, and I'm not paying you any of those taxes. Because the Russian government, Chinese government ain't going to collect them. And they don't care if I owe you money. Yeah, it's North Korea. I know it's North Korea, but it worked. But look, I'm going to get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Knew we had a long one today, but we do it because we started a little bit later. He said, hey, they made a movie exact scenario you describe, unsuspecting Asian dude, cold killer. Exactly. Cold killer. Won't say nothing to you. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.